abject poverty in the United States is having limited minutes on your cell phone and not having HBO on your flat screen?
Well, one thing is for sure, you're probably from the resume they sent you over, I have over 25,000 field hours of working with people, doing this kind of work with them. And one thing I've discovered along the way, this work isn't magical, mystical, and mysterious. What it is, it's clinically proven emotional, psychological, and spiritual exercises, because people do pick up this level of negative programming along the way, and they have to be able to transcend it. So a lot of people think, well, are you like a therapist? I said, no. Therapist is for people who have been trained to work with people who are mentally ill. That's not my expertise. I'm a teacher, the way Wayne Dyer or Eckhart Tolle or Louise Hay or Marianne Williamson, the great self-help leaders of the last 10 or 20 years. Only what we do is we actually teach the actual exercises for people to do, so they don't just have an ascension experience where, let's say, they read a wonderful Wayne Dyer book and they get really high on it, but nothing changes because intellectual agreement doesn't transcend. Meaning, if you read 100 books on swimming, but fell into the deep end of the pool, you're still probably going to drown. So you still got to get out there and do the exercises and learn these techniques like you would learn reading, writing, or arithmetic.
Yeah, Wayne Dyer and I wrote a book together, I'm Okay, You're So-So. And unfortunately, that's where this country is right now. The only way that people feel that they can advance themselves is by disparaging someone else. How do we get over that plateau?
That judgmental state of mind.
Yeah.
Well, when I first sit down with people, what we do is we measure exactly what you're talking about in a way that can be quantified. So we get the major upsets, Rod, and we measure their duration, intensity, and frequency, meaning when they do get upset, what's the duration? Do they stay stuck like that for 3 weeks? How intense on a 1 to 10 scale does it bring them to? And frequency, how often do they get triggered? And we measure these upsets. And then we bring them through these psycho-spiritual, emotional, psychological exercises. But again, think more like arithmetic homework, giving them assignments to do, teaching them a subject. Because the reality of it is the more that they understand, the more that they can learn. Just like, again, going back to the swimming analogy. If I'm going to swim, okay, it's good to watch a video, but I still got to get in the pool and start stroking about my relationships. For instance, one of the key things to be happy in relationships is healthy boundaries, right? But to protect your boundaries to the right degree, right person, right manner, right way, that takes some learning. Because I have a minor in psychology, but I wasn't taught hardly anything about boundaries.
Let me ask you this on a personal basis. Ray, what did you have?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you, how tough is it to constantly be fighting the battle, to try to drag people into the winner's circle, to make people happy?
That's some heavy lifting.
Do you get tired?
Well, I actually don't go after happiness. I go after serenity, and it's a little bit different. I'm not a Buddhist, but when Buddha set up his Four Noble Truths, which is the 4 cornerstones of that particular religion, right? The first noble truth that he shared is inherent in physical life is suffering. So, and I do agree with that, right? No pain, no gain. If I'm going to lose 30 pounds, I still got to go through the physical sacrifices. Anything that I've ever accomplished, I had to put out, the sweat. What's that saying? It's 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. So the reality of it is putting out that kind of effort to do that,
all this stuff is so good for you. Ray, would you do me the favor of giving out that website one more time? Because time is going to be our enemy here again.
It's called holisticlearningcenter.com, and you can read Hugh Del Conzo's book. It is titled The Awakening, a transformational love story. Hugh, always a fun time, and we'll see you again soon, I hope.
I sure hope so. Thanks again, Hugh, and keep thinking those positive thoughts. Keep fighting the good fight. We'll do that. Final round comes up after this. Time out. We are
Daybreak USA.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-561-5716. That's 800-561-5716. Again, 800-561-5716.
What does Meals on Wheels do? They deliver meals and smiles to homebound seniors. But Meals on Wheels does something else. They turn a volunteer's lunch break into a meaningful experience.
As small and as simple as a relationship is between a volunteer and a client of Meals on Wheels, it's really so impactful. I never thought that 5 minutes could make so much difference in the lives of two people, but it has.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org. That's americaletsdolunch.org. Brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Every hiring manager knows that a company is only as good as the people it's made from. So where do you find the best people? That may surprise you.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
This is talent worth knowing about.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Back to Daybreak USA with Ron Ray, just a couple of minutes before the top of the hour, and Ray and I will be on the road again today here in Waikiki and Honolulu and Manoa. Manoa is a city where the University of Hawaii calls home. I almost went to the University of Hawaii. I made one bad stop along the way.
What was that?
The altar.
Oh. Well, it wasn't me.
It kind of altered my plans.
It tends to do that.
I had a small music scholarship to the University of Hawaii.
Neat.
And
what kind of scholarship? Sports?
I just said music.
Oh, I heard the small scholarship and it went right over my head.
Scholarships.
I see.
And so I did not take advantage
Pursue
of
it.
Instead, I got married.
You could have been the next Don Ho.
And
your wife?
His wife is one, too. And you know that I actually, I could have been a contender. But instead, I decided to take on married life. And a year later, while I was still paying for the flowers...
Yes.
I got divorced.
No, not that soon, was it?
2 years, so I guess not.
Still paying for the flowers,
I was still
nonetheless,
paying for the flowers.
But
that part didn't change.
Little further than a year.
I guess I was always a little sorry that I made that decision with my life.
Boy.
As it's a wonderful university and obviously a real tough place to hang out for 4 years.
Oh, if only.
Yeah.
We can hang out for 4 years, can't we? We can afford
get my degree
this.
Now. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Another one for no reason at all.
I wish you well.
Well, thank you very much. And then I'll get my law degree. And then if I live another 112 years, Ray, I might be the Queen of England.
You might be able to pay off your student debt.
Because I think I'm 148th in line. So if there's a large plane with the whole family on it, I'll get the call.
Okay.
Where you be, Rod? Well, we thank you very much for listening, and we want to thank Captain Chris, of course, for all the extra work that he'd put in this week so we can be in Hawaii. We want to thank our host and hostess, Fernando and Cheryl, for being just super hosts. And until next time we speak, for everybody at Daybreak USA, Rod and Ray say, have a nice one.
Aloha.
Whatever.
It just might be.